Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Thank y'all so much for joining me again today. I really appreciate it. Shout out to the NTZ crew, Jacob J, Michael Beach of Life. I'm sure y'all gonna be on here. All my old heads, there's Doubtful Genius, Jeffrey Tatter, there's Jacob J, Elijah Walker, Moments with Mitch, Gerald Ali, W Secrets of Success. I appreciate y'all's support over the years. Any new viewers and subscribers join us today, welcome. And anybody catching this on the replay, today's topic is, what was your welcome to the Philippines moment? We're going to talk about that. Of course, this is your live stream. Whatever you want to talk about, we'll talk about. If I can get to it, put it over here. Peso is 55.58. I just want to talk about a few things before we get started. You know, I like to pat myself on the back when it's due. You know, I had a members live stream yesterday, and I was just talking about, the subject yesterday was most foreigners have no idea what's expected of them when they arrive in the Philippines. And we were talking about this happy tourist expectation where you're not supposed to complain or criticize. That's where I got the video from today. And I said, you know, Filipinos are proud, and any criticism is seen as a sign of disrespect. Well, you know, because people think I just be on here making stuff up. Well, Benny Blanco, he's like a music producer. I think he's Selena, whatever her name, Gomez's boyfriend. Well, he did a Jollibee review over in America, and it went viral. They went crazy. I mean, really, they're really on his case. They got angry because he said he didn't like it. He criticized it. And I'm just telling you guys what I'm seeing, living, and experiencing. I don't make this stuff up. So when you come over here, just be cognizant of that. You know, if you're going to criticize or voice any type of complaints, do it in private or until you wait till you get home. Because the whole country's in an uproar over here because he put Jollibee down. Jollibee, of all things, it's a damn fast food place. But to them, it's like, you know, a shrine. It's an icon. You just don't do that over here. But I think I just be playing. He said, W Secret Success in the United States, they would write him up. Yeah, they would. What's up, Angelo? We'll have the guest house ready for you. Remember, there's no hot water over here. But we just want to kind of talk a little bit about what was your welcome to the Philippines moment. I know you got one, Angelo. What is it? You know that on your first trip to the Philippines, you know, what happened to give you that scratch your head moment? Like, you know, I know I'm somewhere different. Everybody has that moment, man, when they figured out. I've got so many. I remember coming from the damn airport, man, and the damn taxi driver moved over into ongoing traffic because he wants to pass up everybody, man. It's getting closer and closer to a head-on collision. And I'm like, where in the world are we? And it was at that moment that I said, I'll never drive over here in the Philippines. But everybody has that welcome to their Philippines moment. It could be when you finally landed and she's waiting for you at the airport. That could be it. Like, wow, what's going on here? I love the child said, that's funny how sensitive they are about fast food. No one cares about someone criticizing Mickey D's. And that's what I said on the video today. Like, if somebody said something about KFC, I don't give a damn. I mean, really, they're really angry and upset about that. and he's trying to back off of some of his comments now. I mean, because the whole entire country, there's been so many uh, pushback videos being made about it. He pissed off millions and millions of people because he said he didn't like that spaghetti. And man, it's crazy, guys. But y'all won't believe me. Y'all think, oh, he's just making stuff up when he gets on this camera. I don't. My channel's a real life channel. You know, we could talk about just about anything. But I just want you to kind of give you a heads up to really what it's like to live over here or to visit over here for any considerable period. But you don't want to criticize Filipinos, man. They roll out the brightest red carpet. They say, hey, look, we're going to give you the run of our country, but just don't put us down, you know, or anything like that. Hey, Soul Snatcher. He said, what's good, Sunshine Show's crew and Cal? Looking forward to the content. I'm storing the knowledge. Thank you. You're welcome. You know, everybody says that until they get over here and they get that welcome to the Philippines moment. He Mantastic 81 said, right, Cal, that's how I felt in the grab. Yeah, it was. I said I'll never drive over here, and I haven't. I mean, really, man, I'm you know, I got I'm punching on the brakes in the damn back seat. I'm like, this guy's crazy. Earl Teal said, being stared at everywhere you go. That's a welcome to the Philippines moment. I tell y'all this all the time. When I first came, the very first time I came, I mean, they were looking at me all the way till I put my food, put the fork in my mouth. You talking about uncomfortable? Yeah, that's uncomfortable. But you know, remember, you're in their country. This is a whole different culture. You're expected to have a great time. Angelo Habib says, I want everybody to know when I arrived to Philippines in January, still at the airport, the second person I called was Calvin. The first were my parents. Wow. Hey, thanks, man. But I think you pretty much got a hang of it now. But you're supposed to be here one day this week. We got it ready for you. But if you absolutely have to take a hot shower, you can come over here. We'll let you do it. If you absolutely have to. Hey, W Secrets to Success. Thanks for that super chat. He said, hell, when I hit Manila Airport, I knew then the shit just got real. Yeah, but there's something specific about that when you said, man, I'm no longer in Kansas. I'm in the Philippines. You know, that first cold shower you take, if you ever have to take a cold shower, the heat, it's a lot of stuff to be like, man, welcome to the Philippines. I'm gonna tell you a good one that I was a welcome to the Philippines moment was the first time I went to Panglao, Bahal, and we had to carry our own luggage down the damn hill, and we got to the, you know, fairly at ground level, and we walked over like a little crest, and there that beach was, man, the white sand beach with the coral water, man. It was beautiful, man. I was like, wow, it's the craziest thing I've seen in a long, long time. Q Dub, what's up, man? He said, my moment was when I was visiting my fiance's family for the first time. And I felt like I needed to put back on my face. My face, camo and PDUs when I went to the restroom. Oh, you mean in the jungle? Yeah, that first, I'm going to be honest with you, that first CR moment would go down in infamy. You'll never forget that. When you got to flush last night's dinner and you're looking at it with that bucket, you better fill that bucket all the way up so it all goes down at once. Because you don't want that one little one coming back up and then you got to flush it again. I've gotten used to that spaghetti. I kind of like it. I'm gonna tell you what I really like about Jollibee. Their spicy chicken is really good. I never paid attention to it, but I actually went to KFC one time here, and not in St. Carlos City. We don't have one, but in Cebu, I was like, man, this damn KFC don't taste the same. So we tried the Jollibee, man. I've been hooked on it since, man. It's crunchy. It's really good. But yeah, he's taking a beating, man. I mean, people really got upset. This is something you guys need to pay attention to. Go online and look that up, man. They're upset, man. I mean, millions of views. I mean, people are outraged, man. And he's talking about a Jollibee over in America. Imagine if he came over here and tried and did that same Jollibee. Man, they probably make him persona non grata. You got to be really, really careful, man, what you say over here. And it goes along with the relationships. Okay, remember, they're part of the culture. So remember I told you, I said, man, if your woman is stinking down there, you can't tell her, whoo, take your ass in there and wash your ass, you might ruin her for the rest of your life. This is a different place, man. What's up, California World Traveler? He said the unusual smell got me. He said, yeah, Cal. He said, I'll arrive in Bacala Tuesday night. Okay. That'll be what? The 12th? My plan is to go to San Carlos City the next day, either by bus or taxi. Yeah, the bus is going to cost you, how much is the bus? Well, the bus is going to cost you about 200 pesos. It's going to take about 2.5 hours. But if you do the taxi, it's probably somewhere around 1,500 to 1,800 pesos. But it's going to cut your time in half. But you tell the taxi driver, go through Don Salvador Mountain, and you tell him to slow down, okay? Because there's no rails that's going to protect you from going down. And you're going to be way up in the mountain. Have your camera out and your video camera, because it's like you're flying, man. You're so far up. Hey, I need travel. Thanks for that super chat. He said, I was surprised how big karaoke is. Yeah, karaoke's the king here now. But remember, it only started like in the 90s. It isn't something that started way, way back. Karaoke is really like a Japanese thing. But once the Filipinos got a hold of it, they made it their own, man. And I mean, one thing I like about them, they don't take themselves too serious like Americans do, especially black people. You do that karaoke, they want you to sound like Jeffrey Osborne or Luther Vandross. But over here, people are just singing and having a good time. Over there, man, you better be like the best thing that ever picked up a damn microphone. That's why people are self-conscious over there. They will not sing karaoke because they know that you got to be Bing Crosby or some damn body. Hey, Reginald Wallace, thank you for the super chat. Says salute to the chat. You're a real brother, Cal. Hey, thanks, man. I think that's my appeal, Reginald. I'm just a real guy, man. I want y'all to know that what I'm doing over here. Anybody can do it. I want you to see what I'm doing, how I'm living. It's not, I'm no smarter than anybody else. But people don't get that, Reginald. They think I'm supposed to be Ed Bradley or some damn body. Man, Taxi said that Angelo Habib exactly can save so much money on toilet paper. People in the U.S. panic when there's a toilet paper shortage. I was one of them in the pandemic. Yeah, but see, I don't know how to. I still don't know how to use that bidet. See, that's another welcome to the Philippines moment. You're looking at that like, what am I supposed to do with that? Am I supposed to wash my hands with that? That's what I was looking at. Like, what the hell is that? Because it's got the little, like something you was gonna wash your car with, the nozzle and everything. Kamal says it makes sense, A lot of countries outlaw those chemical ingredients. Even Mark Zuckerberg spoke highly of Japan, McDonald's last month. Mike Dorsonville says, my welcome moment, I was at Mount Inasal. 3 young ladies pulled out their phones and started to take pictures of me like I'm some superstar. Yeah, man, you will get an idea of how celebrities feel. People always stirring. I mean, that's stirring. That's the reason why my mother used to tell her, don't stir at people. It makes them uncomfortable. Like, well, what's happening? Do I got a booger hanging out my nose? You know, what do I got toilet paper stuck on my damn shoe? What are you looking at? They will stir a hole in you. What's up, Don? Pillow. Pillow? Okay. Shut up, booby. Can you carry both of these? I want. Carry both of them. Look at you, see? Angelo Habib says, here in Davao, there's a knockoff eatery in the street called Kenny Rogers. Yeah. But hell, they've got a Big Mac here, but the Mac is spelled M-A-K, and they sell hamburgers. You couldn't do that. You can't do that over there. I don't even know what the copyright laws would be over here. Remember on the video, I said you're expected to obey the laws. Well, hell, I don't know what the copyright law is. That's funny, the Kenny Rogers. You'll see Big Mac is M-A-K. He said, right on, Cal. He said he'll be blacklisted talking bad about Jollibee over here. That's true, man. But y'all don't take it serious. You know, we'll complain, I want to see the manager, right? And all that. That might get you deported over here. You never know. You know, I was telling Geechee Lion that. I was like, hey, dude, look, you can't do that. I mean, he'll stand right in front of the restaurant and criticize it with his camera. And I'm like, man, get you killed over here. Don't do that. Mantastic81 says, another thing I can point out is the slow grocery lines. They really take their time when ringing you up. Yeah, that's the patience, man, and the slow, methodical pace over here. That could be a welcome to the Philippines moment when they're sitting there counting your money 3 or 4 times. Schrodinger's cat said the KFC in Thailand is way better than in the U.S. I think Thailand just has some type of food reputation. Everything they serve has to be top of the line. I don't know, but the last night I was in Pattaya, I told Mr. Lee, he was like a tour guide, and shout out to Jeffrey Tatter. He hooked me up. Not only did he hook me up, but he took care of Mr. Lee for me. I said, man, take me to a real, authentic Thai restaurant. I don't want this fast food stuff. And he took me to a place, and I've still got the picture on my phone. And man, the food was good. I wanted him to order everything, and the food looks crazy, man, but it's delicious. One, it was oysters with some type of sauce and with scrambled eggs. And then they had this spicy fish soup. And we had like 5 or 6 course dinner, and less than $20. W Secret Success says, if you can't sing versus sing here in America, you best to sit down. Yeah, I know. You better be Luther Vandross, Gladys Knight, when you pick up that microphone. They liable to boo you, but here they won't do it, man. They just, it's their turn, my turn. They'll sing whatever they're going to sing, and they'll butcher the song, but it's all in fun, man. Nobody's looking at them, pointing and stuff. And look, it's just like, fun and games, but it's serious business in America. You pick up that mic, you better be Chris Brown or somebody. And that's crazy. Keith3812 says, I enjoy watching you, Cal. when I first seen you blogging in the Philippines, keeping things real and living a life in the Philippines. Hey, thanks, man. That's all I'm doing. Everybody has their own little niche when you watch their channels. People tell stories, people gossip, whatever they do to keep us entertained. From the very moment, I just wanted people to see how it was really like over here. Even though I started my channel during the pandemic and the lockdowns, I knew eventually this place was going to open up. And I didn't want my credibility shot, people coming over and seeing something totally different. Because, with a vlogger in the Philippines especially, it's a damned if you do, damned if you don't. Okay, if I tell you the truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth, oh, you're being bitter, you're being negative. And then if I just show you the good side, are you sugarcoating it? You can't win over here as a vlogger. So I just say, well, I'm just going to tell y'all what I'm seeing, what I'm living, what I'm experiencing. Okay, you can't criticize me for that. But thank you, brother. He said, Cal, I got a lot of my grunt friends watching you. They tired of the hamster wheel and these combative women here in the States. They said they like what they're hearing. Hey, tell them thank you for the support, and it's a change of pace, if nothing else, over here. Okay, you're coming to a whole different culture. It's going to be different. That's why Filipinos like going to America and different places, because it's different. But as a man, it's a stark contrast to what you're going to experience in the West, because the man is still the head of the household. He sits at the head of the table. He eats first. I mean, I'm treated so good over here, man. People think you're lying. They think you're making it up, but you're not. You got to show them. Like, look, man, I'm serious. But that's what they think. They think you're lying. Hey, Timothy Bright, thanks for that super chat. He said, what's up, Cal? He said, proud of you, dude, for writing a book. Do I need to bring winter clothes in the PI? I see you in shorts year-round, sweatpants and clothes not needed. Peace. No, you won't need that, Timothy. And I'm going to tell you something. Do not bring a coat over here. Any type of winter clothes, although you're going to see Filipinos wearing those jackets and stuff like that because, the sun is hot over here. That's their way of protecting their skin. And I don't know, it's just crazy because Maryland be driving on a motorcycle and hell, she'll have a hoodie and everything on. But no, you don't need sweatpants, unless you're working out. The average temperature in the Philippines is 82 degrees year round. This is a tropical paradise. I know people think we use paradise, we overuse that word, but it's really not. When you get over here, when you're coming from Louisville, Kentucky, and you come to the Philippines, that's the only word you can come up with is paradise. Everywhere you look. I've got like a little short video I made, and I'm going to upload it to my members first. It's really just talking about, it's about 5 minutes long. It's really just talking about White Beach on Alona Beach, rather, in Panglao, Bahal. But if you look at what's behind me, oh man, it's beautiful. But no, Timothy, don't bring any long pants unless you're going to a wedding or something. Emmanuel Jones says, Uncle Cal, happy to catch the live stream. I know you covered this before, but it's tax season. If you live outside the United States as an expat, 335 days a year, you can write off $120,000 automatically. Absolutely. But by me being a 1099, meaning I'm a sole proprietor, I can write that off, but see, I still have to pay a self-employment tax, Social Security and everything. So I still have to pay every year, even though my income shows zero, because I don't earn anywhere near 120,000. But he's exactly right. But you have to live outside the United States at least 330 days. And somebody, Sam Champion, told me about that because my first 2 or 3 years over here, I never used that. But, and I didn't want to file an amendment and all that. So for the last 3 years or something, I'm going to use it this year. I've been using that. It's something form 256 or something. But yeah, you're right. So if you're a W-2, man, hell, you don't have to pay anything. Nia says, I've been a little chilly on her late night ferry journey. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you may be in the aircon part of the light ferry. It gets pretty chilly. But the regular weather, no, you're not gonna need it. Yeah, you're gonna need a damn right now, you're gonna need a damn air condition strapped to your back, Timothy. It's hot now. And it's dry. One place has been called it's like a national emergency. When what they call it when they send the federal troops over in America because of the drought there, somewhere down in Luzon. What's up, retired 2019? It's Saturday night with Sunshine Shoulders. I didn't think many people was gonna be on here because I know it's March Madness coming up. I never thought I'd say this, man, but college basketball is more exciting than the NBA. And I'm a Louisville fan, but Louisville basketball is done. Kentucky, I was watching against Tennessee, man. They got a damn good team. They're young, but man, they're good. That damn Reed Shepherd, yeah, the foreign income exclusion, yeah. Oh, absolutely. Schrodinger's cat says the plane ride to Asia from U.S. is definitely chilly. Yeah, they're gonna keep that air on. What's up, Hood Jay? He said, "Hey Cal, time to bring my show back. Are you smarter than a grade 5 student?" I'm revamping it. I'm gonna name it something else. He said, "Yeah, the NBA is too political nowadays, brother Cal. I can't watch it. They changed the style. They're trying to make it like it backfired. They want more points because it really is cringy now when they say, oh, such and such got 40 something points. I'm like, well, hell, there's no defense. They're just running up and down. It's not exciting. I can't watch it. I won't even watch the playoffs." Huh? We had a brownout today from like 6 in the morning to like 8. And now I guess the damn it's messing with the Wi-Fi. Frankie Stan says, I live in Tennessee. You're right. It's nice to see them play well. They're fun to watch, and I'm not a big UK fan, but this year's team is fun to watch. They really, I mean, that guy Edwards is, man, he's in. They're going to be trouble in that tournament if Edwards continues to play like he's playing, and now DJ Wagner, he's starting to show what he was all about. They're going to be hard to beat. You're going to have to score a lot of points. Either Kentucky's going to have to go stone cold, or the team playing them is going to have to score a lot of points. Otherwise, Kentucky's going to be a hard out. He said, my girlfriend said it's really hot in Billerine. It is. I've been to Billerine before. It's beautiful. Well, that's what I'm trying to tell you. From Louisville, Kentucky, a lot of these places are beautiful, but that place is really beautiful. And they've got these fall the weekend. You can rent the floating cottage, or you can just sit in the water. But man, the water's ice cold. But yeah, it's beautiful and cheap, super cheap. I had a hotel, man, with air con and hot water. I want to say it was, $8 a night. This is a little bitty place. I was in Billerine. Now they've got Naval, Billerine. It's just a little bitty place. But for some reason, a lot of foreigners end up dead over there. I don't know the story behind that, but from for before a time there, man, it seemed like every week, every month you look up, a foreigner was getting killed there. But it was in Naval, Naval, Billerine. But you talking about beautiful, because it's right. It's sort of like in between Lady and Samar. But I want to say it's considered a part of Lady. But yeah, it's really, really nice. He says, how often do you get brownouts? I'm thinking about living there permanently. Well, in a small place like St. Carlos City, you would expect to get them more, but you don't. Dumagetti gets more than we get here. I would say we get one. Honestly, sometimes you'll go 5 or 6 months without one. And then you may have one once a month. But what I like about here in St. Carlos City, they'll give you a heads up. They'll tell you when it's coming. Like they told us the other day, it's going to be from 6 to 8. And then later on today from 4 to 6. It's when they come at night is when it gets kind of funny. There's not a lot you can do. Maurice Holmes says, really? She is in Billerine. I'll be there in December, man. I hope it ain't the same one I was dealing with, but I doubt it. It's a lot of women there. There's a lot of women here in the Philippines. I mean, there's millions, literally millions. But yeah, and the woman that I met, her family lived up in the mountains. And you talking about, they wasn't so shocked to see me because her niece had either dated or was married to a black man. But I was still like, when you go up in those mountains like that, the province like that, you're still a spectacle. But I wasn't a big spectacle as probably he was. Okay, he says, I'm actually from Michigan, but their team is not playing well. Since I live in Tennessee, they become a second team. Yeah. Tennessee's got a pretty good team, but they lost today to Kentucky at home. He says, El Guapo in the Philippines, and he's looking to meet Filipino P. Oh, really? Who's El Guapo? I'll tell you what, it's going to be a hard sell there to meet her. He says, Cal, my girlfriend showed me a picture of a 200 peso bill. She said it's rare in the Philippines. Well, it's not really rare, but they don't like them because they say it's bad luck over here. So ever since Marilyn told me that whenever I get them, I hurry up and spend them. I give them back to the stores. If they give it to me and save more, I go up the street, I cross the street and buy something with it. But they're not really rare, but yeah, I would say they are. It's not as bad as that $2 bill we had. You see a lot more. He says, yeah, her cousin is dating a black man. They won't be surprised. Well, hell, what's that woman's name? It might be the same one we were dealing with. What she look like? It's too many coincidences, man. Emmanuel Jones says, El Guapo equals beautiful lies. Oh, okay. He make good content, but it's a clout chaser. Oh, okay. I'm not aware of him. Well, he may be able to then, if he's writing good, reviews and stuff about the P, he may be able to pull it off. She don't want to sit down with me. None of them do. Because they know I'm not going to go by the script. I'm going to go off script, and it's going to make them uncomfortable, so they leave me alone. But yeah, he may be able to meet her then, but I don't know. She'd be hard to catch, man. She's really like a star over here. Imagine if you have to put on a disguise to go somewhere and do Magetti. I think that's because of the foreigners, though, not because of the Filipinos. Because according to Maryland, Filipinos don't really know who she is for real. Because her audience is us. Billy Gaines says, I found out the price of bringing my furniture is about $6,000. Okay, now I know I've got a friend who lives in Laguna, somewhere up in Laguna. He bought a big, beautiful house. He's married to a Filipina. And so he was able to get a discount when they moved over here in the container. I want to say he said 20 to 40% off, whatever it was. But he got a discount. He bought everything over. So all of his furniture in his house, he doesn't have any of this midget furniture like I've got. He's got real furniture, all of his weight sets and everything he bought. But he said he bought it over in a 20-foot container, not the 40-foot. He said, yeah, good luck with that. Yeah, he says another superstition. Yeah, I get rid of them. The minute I get them. I'm not superstitious, but Maryland makes me paranoid with that stuff. I'm like, what I don't know won't hurt me. They're green. I wish I had one here, but I don't have one. They're green. And she said, yeah, we don't like them because they're bad luck. I'm like, well, why did you tell me that? Rico XXX said, beautiful eyes channel. He's a passport bro. Oh, okay, he mentioned me before. Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. They don't like to mess with me over here. I don't know why. I mean, I'm just a regular guy. I guess because I don't go along with the program. I don't know. You got to ask them. But I never get any invites and sit on the panels or anything like that. Any collabs or anything now. Some of the Filipino vloggers will ask me. And I just do it for them as a courtesy, really. Because they're going to sit there on the phone and read the questions. Doran May says, what I like about this little city, Butuan, brownouts don't happen much and they last for only 20 to 30 minutes. It depends on your location. Butuan City is really like, I guess I could put that on Expat Alley, really, because it's got an SM mall and all of that. I just don't know. I've only been there a couple of times, actually, to stay, because I used to fly into there just about every time came to the Philippines when I was dealing with the woman down in Mindanao, because it's like a 35-minute flight from Cebu to Butuan City. Then you catch the bus, 8 to 10 hours. It's a long way. Oh, okay, he said. Okay, shouted you out is live in the Philippines. His channel is beautiful lies. He super chatted you, and he's not a clout chaser. Okay, I don't remember that, but thank you if he did. Timothy Bryce says, one day I will meet I Love LaChan to show me what Philippines food. It has to look like American food. Well, most of it does. When you talk about food over here, there's some great food choices. It just depends on where you live. If you live in those big cities, there's great food choices. There's real Mexican food in Cebu. there's great Korean food in Lapu Lapu. Lapu Lapu, let me remind y'all, I was just in Panglapa Hall. And people don't believe me when I said Lapu Lapu used to be like that. Used to be like Boracay. When I came here in 2009, it was a real resort town. The pandemic really messed Lapu Lapu up. See, Lapu Lapu is congested, first of all. So it's a lot of people there. You know, most of them are working in the tourist industry. Well, when that shut down, everything shut down during the lockdowns, and it just looked like a ghost town, and it's going to take a long time for it to come back, longer than these other places. But that Morning Glory Grill over there, I mean, the food is delicious. And then it depends on who's cooking the food, but I've never had any problems. Now, these cultural foods, there's a lot of stuff I don't eat, Timothy. Okay, Edna is her name. I can't remember what this woman's name was. What does she look like? Is she like a brick house? Does she get this, you know, and that? TNA? Because the woman that I met had TNA. I mean, for real. She really looked like a sister because she was morena, you know, she was brown skinned. She was a woman I told you that on her dating site, all her pictures was her sister. It wasn't her. So what I did was when she agreed to meet me in Cebu, I sent her the money, you know, for the plane ticket. And so I'm sitting there in the waiting area, and the woman gets out. You know, they're coming through. And they say, "Yeah, this is from," because she flew in from. I think they fly in from to Cloben City. And I'm just sitting, man. The woman walked right by me, and I'm thinking, well, this gotta be her then, because it's the only one that it could be. And come to find out it was her. But she was built, she was stacked. The problem with her was she had PTSD from the remember there was a hurricane, I mean Typhoon Yolanda. Now this woman she was a survivor, and she drank like a fish, man. I mean, she drank to get drunk. She was a beautiful woman, man. She had a little son, but at the time, I think she had just given birth to the son during that typhoon because, believe it or not, what she did was she breastfed like 10 babies because their mothers had gotten killed or lost in the flood. So she was at the, you know, the place, the the homeless camp, or you know where you go to, and that was her claim to fame. She breastfed like 10 kids, but she was nice looking, a real nice woman. Because her mother asked me, she said, "Are you okay with her drinking like this and getting drunk?" I said, "I don't really care. I mean, I'm not gonna let anything happen to her. I'm gonna look after her." But I mean, she didn't just drink like, you know, your Filipino girlfriend may drink. She drank to get drunk. She got drunk every time. A crying drunk. He said, "Send it to me and I'll spend it when I get there." Are you gonna see him? He said, "You're too real, brother Cal. They're afraid of facts." Yeah, I think that's what it is. It doesn't really matter though. I'm gonna be okay. You know, it used to bother me because I'm like, wow, you know, how can black people really have a serious discussion about the Philippines and not invite me? But they would invite other people that were not black. Not that that mattered, but I'm saying if you got a black panel and you're going to talk about the Philippines, I feel insulted. I used to. I don't anymore. That you wouldn't invite me. And I'm like, well, what's going on? He says, "I don't understand what everybody's obsession with Filipino peace. She's a 6.5 at best." Well, you know, people like what they like. And like I said, she's like a celebrity. So that might be part of it. And then, you know, if you're a channel and you're trying to get established, if she puts you on there, you may or may not get some type of push from that. Okay, Timothy. Okay, said you was a cool brother, Cal. I never heard of him. I think I heard of that channel though, if I'm not mistaken. But unless you really over here in the Philippines, those are really the only channels that I really listen to, even watch. You have to be over here. I can't take you serious if you're over in America talking about the Philippines. I'm sorry, I can't do it. It don't make sense to me. You haven't established nothing over here. You've done nothing over here, but been on vacation for a few times. Now all of a sudden you're an expert on the Philippines. There's several people like that. And I'm like, well, if you want to talk about it, it's your business, but I'm not going to follow you. Yeah, doing May says, you're right, Cal. A lot of expats are here. I only stayed there a couple of times. I think a week was the most I ever stayed. And when I think about it, I'm like, yeah, I could put that on Expat Alley because it's like a city where it's got an airport. So it's got the airport, it's got the SM Mall. So I don't know why I didn't have that on there. I guess it would be sort of like Cagayan de Oro because they're both in that northern Mindanao area. I keep forgetting about Butuan because I'm just mainly thinking about because I haven't been there that many times. I don't know a lot of people there. That's why I always overlook Butuan. But there's a guy who stayed. He said, speaking of Eddie Murphy, who doesn't love the barbershop scene from Coming to America and the Randy Watson scene? Yeah. Hey, Elect. Okay, I believe he's doing a live stream tomorrow there in the Philippines. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm going to have to check him out then. But like I said, I really don't follow a lot of guys unless they're over here. It says Alongapo has steak, barbecue, Mexican, and other, more foods common to the States. Absolutely. Angeles City does too. It just depends on where you are. Pang Lao, Bahal, certainly. We ate some authentic Indian food. It just depends on where you are. Gerald Ali says, I loved your interview with July. Yes, she was nice, and I was just giving my, really how it is for me over here. I mean, she's blowing up, but when you get up way up there like that, people are going to expect a lot from you. And if she can, hold her up to her end of the bargain, she's going to be okay. But I don't know. She's like really popular now. She may be the hottest blogger over here right now. I mean, literally. I mean, when you got 70,000 people gonna watch your live stream, I don't know how those numbers are those real numbers. I don't really know, but if you look at my live streams, at the end, I'm talking about people actually watching. Like there's 209 people on here now. I'm talking about the views. She gets 70,000 like that. I'm like, wow, what are they looking at? Obviously, they're looking at her. Oh, okay, he's from the Kevin Samuels, Dennis Sperling, and the lead attorney tree of Black Manosphere tree. Yeah, well, he better be careful then if he's doing all that over here. Maybe he needs to look at my video I did today. You don't want to come over here criticizing and complaining and talking about, manhandling women and all that. It could be trouble for him. Imagine a guy criticizes Jollibee. He may not be. If he was to come over here now, man, he'd be in trouble. He says, no, she's 34. Oh, okay. He says, Happy Man Facts, I believe with Black Filipino J. Filipino J. Oh, okay. What are you talking about? Hey, Mr. Ringo, thanks for that super chat. He says, you have to account for personality with the Filipino P. She may not be a 10, but she's likable, and that goes, yeah, that goes far. Yes, there's a reason. People like what they like, man. Beauty's in the eyes of the beholder, um, and everything like that. No, 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 no. He said, check him out, Cal, before you assume his intentions. He can help grow your channel. No, I'm not assuming anything. I'm just saying, if he's in the manosphere, you know how the manosphere guys, they talk tough, man. Manosphere guys talk tough. That's all I'm saying, Rico XXX. I'm not assuming anything because, like I said, I don't really know. I've seen him come across my screen on shorts. Okay, I've seen that beautiful lines. I've seen that. But when somebody says manosphere, now I'm hearing all this tough talk. Moments with Mitch says, I looked at her channel today, 83,000 subscribers. I couldn't believe it. I don't think you could have some of her titles and subjects, though. Yeah. But I'm trying to figure out what is the cause of that type of growth. Okay, I want to do it the right way. I'm not saying she's taking any shortcuts, but that's just kind of unbelievable to me. Okay. Now remember, I met her back in September when I did my walk. She was the first person, well, the second person. She came out on a motorcycle. She said, yeah, I just wanted to meet you and say hello. She took a picture with me. She had 4,000 subscribers in September 2023. Now all of a sudden, boom, she's gonna hit. Okay, I just did a video with her. Was that January when he said I liked that interview? Okay, she had 40,000. Okay, and I said, yeah, you're gonna hit 100,000 before the end of the year. Hell, before the summer, she's gonna hit 100,000 maybe before the end of this month. And I'm like, what's going on? Is it something I need to know? I'm just doing it the slow route. Now, I may never reach 100,000. Who knows? But when I do reach it, I'm gonna do it the right way. But yeah, she's really popular, man. I mean, she'll do a video, she get out of the shower. She's not showing anything. I just don't think their content is that good to where they're with that type of accelerated growth. So I know what it is. Men, they just want to look, we're just so infatuated with Filipinas, man, because that's an unbelievable growth. I mean, I don't know how you could ever do that. Frankie Stan said, my friends in the Philippines and I had fun singing karaoke. You weren't graded on how well you did. Yeah, see, they really don't look at you. We're the only ones, we're self-conscious. I've only sung one time karaoke because I'm thinking everybody's watching. And it was when I was with Maryland and we were at the beach and everybody else was swimming. And I just grabbed the mic and sung something. Soul Snatcher says, you don't know who's secretly watching your channel and who's loving it and who's hating on you. Keep your foot on the gas, no brakes. The dick watchers are unreal to the truth. Yeah, I think it goes for everybody. Really, I don't care anymore. I don't lose any sleep over that stuff. You got 228 people watching. How many likes is it? I mean, it's always like that on my live streams. You'll have like 300 people watching and 40 likes. Do people forget to hit the like button or the subscribe button? I know for a fact that a lot of people watch my channel for content. They'll either hear something one of your guys is saying, or one of the questions, or something I might say, or they may, you know, disagree with something I say and make a video. I know that for a fact. That happens all the time. Because the numbers of people watching me, it never equates to the likes or anything. And I'm like, it's not like they're just clicking in and out. These people are watching. Okay, says he's married to a Colombian, lives in Brazil. No. I didn't say that, brother. Come on, guys. Y'all putting stuff in my mouth. I didn't say that. I said, when you said manosphere, you say he's in the Kevin Samuels, type of, manosphere sort of thing. I said, well, maybe he needs to watch my video because he doesn't want to come over here with all that tough talk. When you say the manosphere to me, I hear tough talk. I never said that. See, y'all putting words in my mouth. I mean, you got to realize something. Okay, look, I'm not even gonna. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is what happened. These are guys like him. This guy I watch anyway. Now, you're sideways, dude. You always got something to say about me. You don't know me. I'm not talking sideways. I don't know the guy. I'm not assuming anything, okay? I don't know him. I've never watched a video of his. When the guy said he's a manosphere, I'm saying, well, maybe he needs to watch my channel so he won't get over here with all that manosphere stuff. It don't play well in the Philippines, okay? All right. And see, they'll go on his channel and tell him I was saying stuff. This is how petty y'all are. Okay? No, I'm sorry, Victor. I never said that about him. He says, Roger Blue says, Jollibee in the field is way better than here in the U.S. I've tried Jollibee's one time in America. It was in Chicago. And honestly, man, it tastes the same to me. Because at that time, I wasn't eating the chicken. I was eating the cheeseburger. It's got the cheeseburger, and then it's got, instead of ketchup, they got this special sauce on there. It just tastes the same to me, and I love the peach mango pies. I really couldn't see a difference. But the point was, this guy just did a review of it. And it blew up, man, because he criticized Jollibee. Yeah, 83,000, that's a lot. Okay. Yeah, he said that you don't make a stream about leaving your panties at home. Yeah. I mean, she's smart now. Don't get me wrong. Okay. She's playing. But I told her, I said, look, I only gave her one piece of advice. I said, now that you're popular right now, buy you a house and a lot. Okay, don't just spend this money traveling around and being stupid with it. Because I was watching a video yesterday from a prominent Filipino. She says that Filipinos are bad with money. And she came to my man. I'm like, well, why don't you buy you a house and a lot so when your run slows down, if it ever does, you can have something to look back on and say, okay, I got me a house and lot, because it's real important over here. But no, she's smart now. That's a fact. I don't keep in touch with the ladies of True because they live way in Lapu-Lapu. He said they seemed really cool and down to earth. They are. They're good people. They came to one of my meet and greets. They're really fun. They're genuine. But I think that one mistake they made was they allowed their mystique to go away. But I think, people putting two and two together, they wasn't hiding the fact that they were with somebody. They should have. That would have made, because it's not, 100%. YouTube is not 100% facts with a lot of people. Some people, it's not their real names they're using. I was the only one stupid to do that. Most people, they're using fake names, identities, and everything. They're not telling you anything about their lives. It's not a requirement to do that. And I think this is where they messed up. Okay, you want people to think, look at the Filipino P. You know she's got somebody, but she don't bring him on his channel. She don't tell you about him. That's smart of her. You know how her popularity would go way down. The thirst dollars would dry up. They'll be like, oh, let that man take care of you. I'm not. Okay, and I think the True Girls did that. They made that mistake. He says, I saw something about click forms. Some of these numbers may not be real. Yeah, well, you know, YouTube is selling that stuff now, which, oh man, the algorithms change so bad, and that's what YouTube is doing. They'll sell you views now. And I'm like, that's crazy because you say don't buy views because, you know, it's going to go against the algorithm, right? It's going to eventually, when they find out they're not real, you know, your channel's going to go down. The algorithm's not going to help you anymore. Well, I'll be down with them if they're not doing it themselves. They'll put you in front of more people. But remember, if the people don't like you, if they just click on and click off, that's the wrong type of view you want. You don't want just any view. You want people to watch your channel for a certain amount of time. So he says, I don't watch because I'm not really going to learn much. And nobody really does. I think the people who spur those channels on, they're the ones who are never going to come here. They just want to look at a young Filipino woman. That's all. They got yellow fever, and you know they have no intention of ever coming to the Philippines. So it's more of a fantasy for them. Okay, they're never gonna step foot over here. Moments with Mitch, and that's what fuels a lot of these channels. People are never really gonna come over here. It's all about no, sorry, just me, Live. I don't respect anybody behind an invisible. Why should I care what you say? Anyway, or anybody really, you're invisible. Show your face. Come on my channel. You're too, you know, you're allowed to, but you know, y'all talking shit behind these empty profiles. That's why it doesn't bother me. Okay. Isabella Jasmine said, Calvin, sir, she's not paying for views. That's not true, sir. The Americans starting rumors. No, I'm not saying she is. I never said that. I never said that. I said that she's very popular. She's the hottest blogger in the Philippines right now. That's what I said. And she is. When you got 70,000 people who watch a live stream of yours, that's doing something. Okay? I mean, that's phenomenal. And I told her that. I didn't say that. Hey, Michael C. in the Philippines said, morning, sunshine. Me and my fiance will be visiting Dumaguete this month from Manila. Looking for a home to rent. Hope to meet you. Your channel's Real Talk. Yeah, I don't live in Dumaguete, but Dumaguete, I like Dumaguete. I live about, if you're on a motorcycle, you could probably get here in about 3.5 hours. Same with a car, about 4 hours. But on a bus, it's going to take you 5 hours without it stopping. I live north of Dumaguete, but I always go south. You know, if you can't find something right in Dumaguete, I think I told you this before. I would go south, Bacone, Darwin, Zamboanguita, Shatton, even Biowan is about 2 hours away south of there. Mike Dorseville says, I follow YouTubers in the Philippines that's informative that would talk to me, but a lot of these young Filipinos don't talk to you. I really don't care a lot for them. Yeah, you can't really relate, is what you're saying. But like I said, a lot of the people pushing those channels, they'll never come over here. That's not what watching those channels is about. They just want to see a young, attractive woman. That's it. And fantasize about it. That's all. The like should automatically activate after so much time elapsed. Yeah. And that's the way I do it, Harold Teal. You're hitting on something right. If I watch a channel, because I look at the YouTube analytics and they talk about a 3 minute. If I've got your attention for 3 minutes, I don't care if I like you or not. If you can hold my attention for that long, I'm going to hit the like button. Okay, it's not like, some people just don't want to help you. They don't realize when you help other people, you help yourself. I had a guy get in my comments yesterday and say, you're always saying that like it's some type of mystical power. I'm like, there's nothing mystical about universal law, sir. When you help other people, you help yourself. That law is it's called the law of reciprocity or the law of compensation. It's no different than the law of gravity. If you get on top of my house and you jump off, you're never going to come up. You're going to come down. Okay, that's the law because of the law of gravity. People won't push the like button because they think, oh, I don't want to help him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he said the peach mango pies are on point. They are. And they remind me of the old apple pies at McDonald's, where they actually deep fry them. See, they don't deep fry them anymore in America because of lawsuits. They still deep fry them over here, so the crust is crunchy and the inside is piping hot. They're delicious. In America, they just put them in the oven now. He said a lot of female vloggers uh, are popping up out of nowhere. Morena Barbie, she's a stunner. Yeah, because it's like how it is in America when you started, when everybody had a janitorial service, and then everybody says, oh, I can do that. I'm going to open up me one. Or a landscaping business, or a barber shop. Because they'll look and they'll say, okay, if he can do it, I can do it. And everybody that's watching this right now, if you're able to sign into YouTube, you have a YouTube channel. You just haven't uploaded any content. You got a YouTube channel. Okay. And they're cashing in on the Philippine bonanza. It was really a bonanza before. It's kind of dying down, especially with the algorithm, because it's so many vloggers now, and the algorithm takes that into account. They should have done it during uh, the lockdown. See, I didn't even know that. Believe it or not, when I started my channel, I had no idea the Philippines was as popular on YouTube as it is. But now, when people are getting on, now they're getting at the end, and it's not the bonanza for them. For some people, though, like um, July, Filipino lady is big. Women, because they got the pussy, man. That's what it is. That's why guys is watching them. How many times did I tell y'all this long before all this stuff? So I said, if I had a pussy, I'd have 10 times as many uh, viewers. I mean, that's what it takes right now in the Philippines. If you want to be popular, really. Soul Snatcher said, the P came up on your interview. Peep the game. I don't understand. He said, once LeBron James starts playing, I won't watch anymore. I haven't. I haven't, Kamal. I haven't heard. I was watching yesterday where her, her, of course, is half Filipino. Saweetie has Filipino, because they was talking, the video was talking about why doesn't Filipinos embrace their black stars? It says, you don't have to, you know, being Filipino is not limited to one color. And it was talking about all these big, big superstars that are black, have Filipino, but the Filipino culture doesn't embrace them. And, just showing all these celebrities that I didn't even know were half Filipino and half black, but they don't, you're not going to get any notoriety like that. It's like he was making a point. He said that black Filipinos put them on the map, put the Philippines on the map for decades and been doing it a whole lot longer, but they don't get the credit. They don't embrace them. It was a great video. It's like 3 years old. I should have put the link, but I didn't know we was going to talk about this. Hey, Danny rode to the Philippines. He says, hey, Cal, great to finally catch one of your live streams. I'm headed that way again in 98 days. Yeah, it'd be like 3 months. How's everything going, Danny? I saw where you had some car problems, man. But yeah, he built a nice place. And you really built like 2 real houses. You call it a guest house, but hell, that guest house, your guest house looks bigger than your regular house. Yeah, that's really, it's the fantasy is what is selling. Because a lot of guys, they don't have the courage to come over here. They don't have the time, they still on the hamster wheel. Mike Dawsonville said the like for YouTube is extremely important. If you really like his content, the best thing you would do is to like his videos. That's true. That's exactly true. That's exactly true. But people know this. So if they don't like you, they'll watch you all day long, but they're not going to help you. Not realizing then you're not going to get the help from the universe that's coming back. It's just like you have your hand like this. How can somebody give you something if your hand is closed like this? But people don't believe in that. See, Andrew Carnegie, or Carnegie, however you want to pronounce it, he said that we should teach everybody in America about universal law and principle. He said it could cut your time in school in half. And it's true, but we never teach anybody about it, so it sounds spooky, it sounds mystical, when it's really not. We talk about the physical laws, but not the mental laws. I'm sitting here now because I got hip to the mental laws and I started practicing them. And everything I touched turned to gold. I was the least likely guy to succeed in the insurance business, man. And I became a phenomenon practicing universal law. But I don't talk about it a lot because y'all think it's spooky. Y'all into religion, which really they can go hand in hand, really. People call me lucky all the time. That's because they don't want to give you credit for your determination, your persistence, your vision. Okay? Well, hell, what do you mean? He said, Roger Blue says, which black Filipino vloggers do you watch? Well, how many is it over here? There's only 2 really over here that I know that even come across my feed. Me and the black Filipino. I mean, everybody has like their own little niche, I mean, it's part of it's entertainment. If it's not entertaining, then why are you going to watch it? Part of, it's got to be entertaining. And nobody's going to click on it. W Secrets to Success blog. Thanks for that super chat. He says, shameful, we're all listening to the same live stream, but we hear different things. That's just how we are. We're human beings. That's the whole thing. I can make a video. Okay, I think I talked about this on my members only live streaming. Thank you so much for the super chat. I put a video, I put a short out. I said it on my live stream. I didn't take my live stream down. I was responding to some guy on my live stream Thursday who said Philippines are easy. I was like, yeah, be careful what you wish for. And, I went on a little 45-second rant about that. Filipinos aren't easy. They're quite difficult to deal with. And I put it up in short, man, boom, it blew up. I had like 5,000 views within like 30 minutes or something. Even YouTube said, wow, your short is being recognized. But then I got to thinking, they're going to think I'm talking about Filipino women. That's the type of video that could get me deported. Okay, so I gave it to my members only. But this is to your point. Somebody else can watch that and know exactly what I'm saying. But other people can take it and twist it on purpose and make it something totally different that 4Ls, find them, feed them, fuck them, forget them. You see how they try to take that and destroy me with that? So yeah, you're right. But it's really some ignorant people over here that follow. You can't choose your audience, guys. That's just the bottom line. You can't do it. So you have to be real careful about what you say. I know how far to push the envelope. I've been over here long enough. I know the attitudes and everything over here. But at the same time, I can still be real with it. Hey, Mr. Ringo, thanks for that super chat. He said the Filipino Wanderer channel just did a live stream of herself sleeping and already has 22,000 views and counting. Yeah, I don't understand how they're doing that. Are they using some type of SEO, that search engine optimization or something? I mean, surely it's not 22,000 fools watching that stuff. I can only watch it for a few minutes because it's not entertaining to me. Doesn't mean it's not entertaining, but to me, it's not. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They do a lot of stuff like that because it's all about fantasy. He said, Philippines are not as easy as you guys think. Ask Mike in Canada. It appears to be easy because, that's all part of the game. That's all part of the script. But you're dealing with women from a whole different culture, guys. There's going to be some difficulty that you're going to have to work your way through, and it takes a long time. Imagine that most men, and we're going by what we see, that's really all we want. Okay, then we'll let everything else catch up with us. The stubbornness and all that. But by the time that does, man, you're invested. And now it's like, oh, man, here I am going through all this stuff again. Absolutely, they have some qualities that Western men love. But they also have some characteristics that'll drive your ass crazy. Hey, JoJo. Magandango Maga, Cal, and Sunshine Community. What's up, Corey? Yeah, he said the truth needs an enemy. You're like an Obama over there. That's why I said peep the game. Yeah, I don't even like to talk about the stuff, the conspiracies and all that anymore, but they're here, man, when it comes to me. That's just how it is. I mean, there's a reason you've got people who make videos about me 24 hours a day. Their whole channel, half the videos are about me. I'm like, why is that? Why would you do that? What is the whole purpose of that? You know, people clout chase uh off of me. I'm like, well, I've only got 55,000 subscribers. Well, not only, but hell, that's a lot in my book. But I mean, why don't you chase somebody that's got a million? He said, if you're a girl vlogger, you're good to go. Yeah, yeah. Well, thank you, world traveler. Hell, you've been watching long enough. Just hit the damn like button. What's the big deal to that? I appreciate that. I mean, but Danny came over here too, man. He's funny. They stayed at I saw Doug the other day at the Valentine's Day party. Danny, you stayed at Small Fry Beach Resort. He said, real talk, brother Cal. My parents taught me about universal law. Shit, I'm a living example of universal law. We all are. But people want to ignore it. You know, everything's God. You know, when if the answer is always God, then why even bother? I mean, he gave you a man, okay, use the damn thing. You don't have to believe in it for it to work. It just won't work for you. It's worked for me. There's no man behind the scenes pulling some damn levers because I'm the same guy until I start practicing that universal law, going the extra mile, doing more than what I was required to do, doing more than what I was going to be paid for. Try that. That's universal law, guys, but you're not going to do it. Okay? You won't even get out yourself and help somebody. You don't realize, man, that the universe, and I'm not talking about some person, some spook, some spirit. I'm talking about law when I say the universe. It's going to reward you 100 times, 1,000 times your sacrifice. I gave a guy 2 bags of used clothes. He was a friend of mine. I've been knowing him my whole life. 4 years later, his sister turned out to be the underwriter on my home loan. If it would have been anybody else, guess what? I wouldn't have got that loan. Okay, she fixed every mistake on that application. You're going to say, oh, it's a coincidence. No, it's not. That's called the law of reciprocity, the law of compensation. I helped him without expecting anything in return. He said, Calvin, do you have any clothes? He was a drug addict like me, showed up at the homeless shelter, no clothes on his back. I said, sure, send your father to my house. I gave him 2 nice bags full of clothes, not just raggedy stuff I was still wearing. I forgot all about it. 4 years later, it's his sister. Okay, they're at church. They see my sister come up and put her offering in, and Willie goes, oh, that's Calvin Roach's sister. And the lady's like, Calvin Roach? His file's on my desk. And he went on to tell his sister how much I had helped him. He gives me chills to this day. That was 2004. Don't tell me, I know what I'm talking about. But I don't talk about it on my channel because it goes over people's heads. You got to read about this stuff, man. Stuff is real. What times the travel says the law of sowing and reaping. I'm familiar what you're saying, Cal. I use it every day. Yeah. The law of contrast. It's so many laws out here, mental laws that nobody teaches you about. Why do you think I wore a suit and tie every single day, no matter what the temperature was outside? Because I'm going to stand in stark contrast to the guys who said, oh, I'm going to wear a polo shirt and khakis. Guess who the older people, the seniors, wanted to deal with me? Because they're used to seeing a man in a suit and tie. All that stuff works even to this day. So if you're out there and something different about you, use that difference to your advantage. That's the law of contrast. It's the law of substitution. You can only think one thought at a time. So if you're feeling bad, guess what? Replace those fucked up thoughts in your head with new ones. Because you can't occupy 2 thoughts at once. It's simple stuff like that. I could put on a whole seminar, man. Absolutely, I would. But I'm glad I don't. I'm glad I've got a scrotum. I'm happy to be a man. It's not really that important to me as long as I know I'm helping people. Okay. That's all I'm worried about because I know my help is coming. It's on the way. The minute I make it up in my mind, brother, when my thoughts go out there in the ether, my help's coming back. Doesn't matter what your motive is, see? That's what I like about universal law. It doesn't discriminate. It makes a whole lot more sense than this other thing that's supposed to show favor. See, the law of electricity, the law of gravity does not discriminate. I don't give a damn who you are, how much money you got, whether you went to school or not, whether you're black, white, brown, whatever it is. You jump off this damn building, your ass is going down. Okay? You're not going up. I'm sorry. So that's what I like about it. Okay? That's right. That's another one. You are what you think you are. We become what we think about, period. Okay? Philosophers argue about everything else but that particular point. You become what you think about. So be careful what you think about. Because even the bad thoughts become real. Okay? They'll manifest. That's right. I knew that wearing a suit was in. I'm looking around at me. I'm like, well, damn, these guys, everybody's, and all of a sudden nobody's wearing a suit anymore. I said, I'll be damned. I'm going to use the law of contrast to my advantage. Okay? And I did everything different than what everybody else did. Same on YouTube. I gave my real name and everything in stark contrast to what everybody else is doing. But it's paid out for me. Go on my YouTube channel and read my mission statement for Sunshine Shows. I left it there almost 4 years ago. My goal was only to help 100 Filipino families. I was going to give them 1,000 pesos each. That's as far as I could see because I never expected my channel to reach this position that it is now. Okay? But guess what? The universe said something different. There's a lot of conversations like, okay, you're going to help people. Here's what's going to happen. We stopped counting. Yeah, it works for everybody. If you believe it or not. He said, just like gravity. That's true. What goes around comes around. You know, they talk about the law of attraction. Well, guess what? Become more attractive. Become a human magnet. And you're going to start attracting the stuff to you. It's nothing spooky, but we don't want to do the work. Why do you think setting goals is so important? Why do you think they do that? Because your mind is going to be focused on those goals. Guess what? You're going to attract that to you. It's going to come back. There's a reason people with goals are successful and people who don't have goals are not successful. Okay, Earl Nightingale put it this way. He said it's like two ships leaving the harbor. One ship has a captain, a crew, and a destination. You start up the engine 9,999 times out of 10,000. It reaches its destination. Now take the other ship. It has no captain, has no crew, has no destination. You just start up the engine. Guess what's going to happen? It'll be lucky to make it out of the harbor. And that's what a lot of us are doing. Okay? All we're doing is just existing, running around here thinking that something's going to happen by luck. It's not going to happen, guys. That's right. But you got to realize I walked out of a crack house. I was one of those people that said that they told, you're never going to amount to anything. Okay? You're never going to change. You're too old. It's too late. And all the other stuff they say. Right? And guess what? I passed all those people up. I can't. I look back now. I can't even see them. I'm so far ahead of them. But they're still now. They pick somebody else to talk about. He said, "I enjoy helping people get their retirement right." This is the first lesson I learned in the insurance business. My manager's name was Wayne Tipton, a white guy, happened to have white skin, well, pink skin. The white people aren't white. He said, "Look, here's what I want you to do." He said, "I want you to stop selling insurance and start helping people." And it was like a light went off in my head. He knew nothing about Napoleon Hill and the, you know, universal law or anything. He just said, just start helping people. Have their genuine interest in mind instead of your commission. And it was like night and day, man. I broke every record. You're talking about a guy with no formal education, okay? Working in a state, 92% white. Most of the people I sat across the table from were white people. They wasn't supposed to trust me. They wasn't supposed to give me their business, but they did because I didn't see color, okay? But y'all don't believe that stuff, so keep on, if you want to believe it. It's going to come back. He said, help as many people as you can. It'll come back to you. You can help one person. Your motive, it doesn't care what your motive is. He said, the village, Game Abroad is in supplies, all the bar girls. I've been there. Okay, but why is everybody dick watching on him? Okay. Why is everybody the dick police when it comes to certain people? Okay, who cares? In Brazil before, but we focus on who he's fucking. That's some hating stuff, man. That's some dick watching. That's what y'all doing to that man. You blowing his channel up, by the way. I mean, y'all think I just be on here talking. When I made that video about the dick police, it came into my mind about him and what people are doing to him. It's a perfect example of what I was trying to make on my video. Instead of looking and seeing that, hey, what this guy doing, maybe I can, what is he doing? How is he able to live over there? He's not retired, he's only, 40 something years old? No, y'all want to focus on who he's screwing. Come on, guys. Y'all guys are crazy. So Snatcher says, stay patient, Cal. Truth is that hard work you put into this sub project. They don't have a smarter than a grade 5 student. They don't have a spin the wheel. They only collect money from their views. Yeah, see, this is all about universal law, okay? I'm already far beyond anything I could have dreamed of, okay? It's not about views for me, because if it was, I know how to get the views, okay? But I've got to be careful. All views aren't good views, okay? I can discern that. I've got too much over here to lose to be trying to just deal with views. It's all about credibility for me, okay? That's really what it's all about, because that's what's going to endure. These views come and go. I've been on here 3.5 years spitting facts, truth, real life stuff. Try that. You think it's easy? It's not, guys. It's not. Roger Blue says, you're now like Calvin Samuel, spitting wisdom to neophytes. I just share what I've got. It's nothing, it's not luck. It didn't happen by chance. This is stuff I practice on a daily basis. When I get up, I put it out there. Thank you for my wealth and abundance, for my health and harmony. I'm not talking to some spook. I'm not talking to some white man with a beard. I'm putting that out there in the ether and it comes back to me. He said, Cal, W secret to success. Said, Cal, your internet has been acting up ever since Marilyn took her feet out of the live stream. Are your feet out of the live stream, Marilyn? You might want her to put them back in. That's funny.
What do you mean?
Your toes were showing, I guess. They were, but not now. That's W secrets to success. Crazy. Cedric Giles says, I'm a witness that one of my biggest blessings came from volunteering and not expecting anything. Most times nothing is expected or received, but one return I did receive is a sustained career. Yeah, okay, I'm going to tell you how I even got into the insurance business. Remember, I had a little business called Calvin's Amazing Things, and I'd stay up all night on the internet. I mean, it's AOL. This is way back 2004, 2005. I'm buying liquidations. Well, I got a good deal on some suits. Well, this guy from Washington, D.C., he was an insurance agent. He could fit the suits. They were 38 regular. I mean, that's a small man. You wear a 38 regular. Well, these suits were like $1,500 suits. I got them for like $20 each, so I was selling to him for like $150. He bought them all. And he was like, man, I really like the way that you deal with people. I said, I've been watching you. Do you want to come into the insurance business? I was like, no. But you know, the insurance business had a bad reputation. Well, anyway, this guy started using drugs and everything. So I started helping him to get sober. I wasn't expecting anything in return. You know, I wanted nothing to do with that insurance business. So he shows up at my house one day out of the clear blue sky. He's got a convertible Mercedes Benz. I'll never forget it. It's burgundy with peanut butter guts and a black top. He lets the top down the minute he gets in front of my house. It's me, my wife, and I guess two of our kids. It's about 2003. He steps out in one of the suits. He comes up and says, man, you sure you don't want to change your mind? He pulls out a roll of hundreds. Okay. I think it was like $7,000 in hundreds. He said, I earned this today. That was it. That convinced me right there. But it was only from helping him and helping other people. Mike Dawsonville said, hey, Cal, you'll make a great motivational speaker, brother. You should think about that, brother. You got the wisdom. Well, see, I'm already living that, really, on my channel. You know, one of the things I put out there in the universe years ago was I wanted to travel around the world as a motivational speaker. You know, getting all my expenses paid for and all that, just to help people live their best lives. Well, hell, I'm doing it now. I'm talking to people from all over the world. But that's still on my bucket list, Mike. Thank you. He said, game abroad is winning. He found his peace in this world. Anything else negative, 100% pure hate. This is what I don't understand. We focus on the wrong things, guys. We'll hate each other for the wrong reasons. Guys are jealous of him. That's all it is. What else could it be? I mean, who cares? You know, most of the guys that's dealing over there, and you know, most of the passport bro types over there, okay, they're dealing with bar girls or ex-bar girls or whatever it is. Okay, so what? Over here is pay to play. You think I care? When you stop caring about what people say about you, what people think about you, what other people are doing, man, life becomes so much better. It becomes less stressful. My life is busy enough. It's hectic enough. You know, I got all I can handle just dealing with my own business. I don't care what other people do. That's why I don't fight these people on the internet, man. Why would I do that? They need me. I've got everything to lose. I've got nothing to gain. Okay, you want to get your 5 minutes of fame making a fake video about me? Go ahead. He says he's an embarrassment to black men. No wonder these women overseas look down on us. They think we accept anything. That's not true. That's your opinion. He's not an embarrassment. So what are we supposed to do? Okay, we can't even take care of what's going on at home. Okay, but now you want to come overseas. Y'all bringing that stuff over here. We're so big and bad, and everybody's so big and bad, but yet we're treated like second-class citizens in our own country. Explain that to me, world traveler. Since we're so big and bad, we know who the real enemy is over there, but you know the line in the sand. You ain't gonna cross it. But you'll cross it with me. You'll cross it with Game Abroad and anybody else. He's not an embarrassment to black men. Come on, guys. You think it's easy moving overseas? Evidently, y'all do. Y'all think it's easy. You know why? Because we make it look easy. Then come over here and do it. Do it for a sustained period of time. Not your 2 weeks of fucking vacation you get every year over there in the Matrix. I'm talking about being here almost 6 years when you got to put up with all that comes along the pike. You think we weak? And you don't know what weak is, bruh. Moments with Mitch says, I chased the insurance industry because I knew that would put me back in front of people, and I figured it's something everyone needs. That's a great fact. I used to tell the agents I used to train that, Mitch. I said, it's not like you're selling pencils out there on the corner. You got something people need. And when this Medicare Advantage, it was like the universe opening up, saying, okay, here's what you've been looking for. Okay, it came out of nowhere. Remember, Thomas Edison said this, that opportunity usually shows up through the back door wearing overalls. Nobody wanted to fool with this Medicare Advantage stuff. I saw the opportunity in it. There was no premium. All those additional benefits, all I had to do was get people to believe that it wasn't a scam. So guess what? The first lesson in selling anything, you sell yourself first. So once they start believing in me, they're like, okay, Calvin's not going to lie to me. I'm talking about I started in the tough days when people was like, nah, you're not fooling with my Medicare. Okay, y'all don't realize the trail I blazed. Go to Louisville, Kentucky, and ask some of those guys who are living off of my hard work right now. I blazed that trail. The first black man to do that back there. Become an FMO. And all of that, guys. Y'all don't really know my whole story. You just know me on here, man. Okay? I'm not some fool. I'm not some petty clown. There was a time I was earning 20 grand a month and I was only working 3 months out of the year. Y'all better ask somebody. But I saw that. But, you know, when guys get on here and call people like him weak, because they can't do it themselves. Come on over here. We talked about the shelf life of expats in the Philippines. Y'all can't take it. The minute shit gets hard, you run. That's the time to get started. That's right. This is exactly what I'm saying. See, yeah, you only live once from cold New Zealand. It's tough, man, to live overseas. But when you 8,000 miles away in a comfortable matrix apartment, working a matrix job, you know, everything's done for you, by the way. You don't have to do anything. You're not even working for yourself. You're working for somebody else. And you can look through the YouTube and say, oh, these guys aren't doing anything. Look at him. He's an embarrassment to black men. That's a lie. It's easy for you to say that 8,000 miles from home. You come over here. Okay, boots on the ground. Let me see you stay anywhere near 5 years. You're going to be running back for some reason. Oh, I got to do this. I got to do that. It's too hot. Oh, the Philippines is this. The Philippines is that. You're going to run to greener pastures. So you're just going to keep on running. Hey, thank you, Bryce Wetzel, for your support, man. Welcome to the Sunshine Shoulders community. If nothing else, you're gonna get real uh talk on here. But I mean, can you even say anything positive, world traveler? That's all I'm saying. Can you say just I know it's hard to do, okay? But you'll feel better. Give him some type of credit. Say something good about that man over there and what he's doing. He is living in Thailand, by the way. He's not in the Matrix. Yeah, he says putting a woman down overseas because she's a bar girl, and the woman you're dealing with is either a linebacker or you're just the next man up. But it's not only that. Over there, it's not looked down on the same way we look down on it because we're so high and mighty, not realizing the bar is so low in the United States. You're not doing anything over there. They lowered the bar for you to be successful over there. Baby can trip over the damn ball over there. Okay, but they look at it like, oh, she's a disgrace. Not realizing this woman's taking care of her family. And guess what? She's got customers. So who's worse off, her or you, or the man that are her customers? Okay, they're no better than she is. Hey, Bryce Wetzel, thank you. He said, hey, Cal, I've been listening to you for 2 years. I just wanted to finally become a member. You're the real deal. Thanks for all the info. I appreciate it, man. You know, I'm just trying to have a real life conversation. That's all my YouTube blogs are about, my live streams about, a real life conversations. Okay. The number one thing with the Philippine vlogs is to show you an option, not the only option, an option. But if all you're going to focus on is the negative stuff, no lenders, there's no anything. Y'all don't focus on that kind of stuff. How's he able to retire at 55? Okay. Well, you know, when I made the video, he says I've dated a couple of bar girls. It's a tough life. How do you know the difference between a bar girl and a girl you met online? In the Philippines, it's really hard to tell. You won't know. Yeah, some bar girls have tattoos, but now tattoos are becoming popular here. That was the point of my video. It wasn't, oh, go out and marry a bar girl. I wouldn't tell anybody to do that. I'm saying that those bar girls have the same characteristics that we've fallen in love with Filipinas. And when they get off from work and take off that old stage outfit and put on those Daisy Dukes, skinny jeans, and that little okay blouse, you're not going to be able to tell them from the girl you met on Christian Filipina. Hey, well, that's a fact. Okay, that's the point. You're looking beautiful, boo. Where you going? Where you going so nice looking? You going to church? You can't do it. And even the haters who tried to they made tons of content out of that, by the way. They knew what I was saying, but they can't come up with any content. So, oh, look what he said. He said it's okay to marry a bar girl. No, I didn't. Because they eat the same foods. They go to the same cathedral over there. They shop at the same okay place. Everything. They eat their rice the same way. You never know. Hey, Mitch, thanks for that super chat. He says, some people putting down the bar girls will be dressing up as one if the situation was reversed. Yeah, see, this is stuff we're talking about. What somebody else does for a living has no effect on my life. Why am I even worried about it? Where you were born, you had no control over anyway. It wasn't like you were floating around out there and said, okay, let me stop the wheel of life and get off in bumfuck Egypt. Okay, let me get off in the Congo in Africa, okay, and where the water, half oil, half water, and let me starve, and you know, and all that. So why would you put down somebody whose situation, whose circumstances are like that? But everybody's so tough on the internet. Mike Dorsey, thanks for that super chat. He said, keep being you, brother. That's what we like about you. Hey, thank you, man. I'm not going to change. But I was watching, what's the guy that used to play for the Cincinnati Bearcats? What's his name? Kenyon Martin. And he's talking about, he's just so tough. I'm like, why is everybody so tough nowadays? But yet, look at our people over there in America. If we're so damn tough, it doesn't translate into anything else but us killing each other, really. It doesn't translate into our children, anything having a better life or being accepted any better than it always is. But everybody just wants to be tough over there. So they just come online and be tough. Oh, you're a simp. You're weak. No, man. We're really the pioneers. We're the trendsetters for real. You guys are weak because you know what's going on over there and you stay over there, okay? Some people don't have a choice, but a lot of you guys have a choice. But you remain over there because you're weak. But let's get back on the subject. The moment when you knew that the Philippines was different, see, on your first trip over here, it may have been the second or third trip, something happened to you over here. It's like, well, that's my welcome to the Philippines moment. I've got so many, man. I'm going to tell you. One of mine was meeting that 22-year-old, well, she really was 18. I didn't know it. At that airport, when I saw her, it was like, because that was my second trip to the Philippines. My first trip, I dealt with the older women. The second trip, she's out there. She got the ponytails down. She got these tight, skinny jeans on. Perfect in every way. I was scared to go out the terminal door. And I'm like, I took a deep breath. I said, I open up the door and walked out, man. It's the best 6 months I ever had in my life. But that was a welcome to the Philippines moment. Okay. We get to the hotel. She's saying, oh, yeah, you can do whatever you want to do to me. I'm talking about this woman was perfect. Not a scratch on her. Not a blemish. Nothing. No children, no nothing. Okay. That was one of the welcome to the Philippines moments. Okay. I've had so many over here. Her hotel says probably the fear of being bullied. What do you mean? The fear of being bullied. But a lot of people are, bullies are afraid. Bullies are cowards. They're the biggest cowards. They're hiding behind that. Okay, that's why I don't like bullies. I had a bully in the 6th grade. And it was so bad that I wouldn't want to go to school. I wouldn't tell anybody about it. And one day enough was enough, man. He pushed me in my face. He did something to me and he turned to walk away. And I don't know what got into me, but I hit him in the back of the head as hard as I possibly could. And he was more shocked than I was because I was really shocked because this guy towered over me. In the 6th grade, I was 4'11". This guy was like 5'10". He was a football player. 6th grade, but he was big. He went on to play college football. His name is Jimmy Wright. May he rest in peace. But from that day on, we were the best of friends. Okay? I know what they had behind. He says, walking a crosswalk and you're waiting for the cars to roll by. He said, yeah, that's a dream come true. It was a welcome to my Philippines moment. When I knew that this was different. This place was not what I was used to. It wasn't even, that was something I never even dreamed about. I'm going to be honest with you. He says, the Philippine Air getting off the plane. He said, man was meeting my woman and her parents at the SM Mall. She treated me like, he treated me like he knew me in a past life or something. I knew I can live her permanently one day. Yeah, that's a characteristic that they have. That's a talent that Filipinos have. They don't meet strangers because that's what happens. That's what the girlfriend experience is all about. You're gonna meet her and it's gonna be like she's gonna be acting like y'all been knowing each other for your whole entire life. He said he said my welcome to the Philippines moment was landing at Clark Air Force Base and getting a whiff of that Philippine air. Yeah, it's unique, that's for sure. Cedric Giles said you're absolutely correct. It takes courage to leave your boring country after 40, 50, 60 years. Family, associates, customs, and familiar food are extremely difficult to leave behind. It's not easy. And then for somebody to want to talk about the petty stuff that I'm doing over here, I'm struggling. I'm doing everything I can to keep my head above water. And now you want to talk about the women I'm dealing with. Come on, guys. It don't get no weaker than that. Those are weak. You're a dick watcher, man. You're the dick police. Stop it. Okay, instead of, building the man up, we know how good we can tear each other down. It's a fact. Guess what, guys? It takes a whole lot more to build a house than it does to destroy it, to tear it down. Okay? That's why it costs you more to build a house than they pay the salvage man to come and tear it down. Think about that the next time you go talking about somebody, putting somebody down. That's easy to do. Build somebody up. That's hard to do. There's a reason why they pay. It costs so much. Ask Sydney over here is a retired civil engineer and architect. He'll tell you costs a whole lot more to build a house than it does to tear it down. But that's what we do. We tear each other down. Kamal says, from bully to buddy, let alone best. Yeah. This timeline wants a book. But that's why I don't like bullies to this day. And I tell my kids how to approach a bully. You stand up to them. But Colin Will said, man, was my first ride in a tricycle. It was a terrifying experience. Never again. Man, I was like that, but it was a taxi. The guy gets over in the oncoming traffic because, it's like here they're racing each other for some reason. I mean, I hate when somebody tailgates me, right? Well, hell, that's a full-time job over here. They're going to tailgate you. And this guy switches, he wants to pass everybody for some reason. And here come the cars this way, and I'm thinking, man. I've had so many, though. I mean, I had one going up in those mountains to see my son one time, and it's muddy, and because when you're on those motorcycles, you don't ever supposed to take your feet off the things. I just did it instinctively, but you never supposed to. The drivers got that, okay? But we're all in the mud. I'm thinking, oh, man, I got to help him. I put my feet down there. Man, I'm drenched with mud from the bottom of my soles to my damn neck. And he said, just keep your feet on there. I got it. But it's so many, man. I love the chance. I think it's a good idea to gradually break in the movement overseas. Hopefully by the time I retire, I'll be so accustomed to traveling in the Philippines that it won't be as big of a deal to make the move. I think you're right. People think I just showed up over here in 2018. I've been coming here 9 years before I put my stakes down. So I knew what to expect. I had a general idea of what it was going to take. I had stayed 13 months before, 6 months, 3 months, okay, but never full time like I did now. But it was a gradual movement. Soul Snatcher says, "My always says, if you ain't got nothing nice to say, Don't say nothing at all. Okay, don't coast nothing to say something nice. Think about it. That's right. But it's just so easy. You know, that's one of the good things and the bad things about the internet. People can vent. They said, you know, suicides are down because of the internet. People have a place where they can come now and get rid of their frustrations. And that's all people are doing. They're frustrated. They don't know nothing else to do. Okay, so they come in here, they see somebody, oh, he thinks he's something. I show him, look at it, look at the woman he's with. Oh, you ain't doing it, she's a single mother and all this stuff. Never, always saying this negative stuff. And then wondering why their life is so negative. Because you become what you think about. Remember, that's a law. If all you got in your head is negative thoughts, guess what's coming back? Negative. Try it just one time to say something nice about somebody. Whether you mean it or not, the universe doesn't discriminate. It doesn't know the difference between whether you're real or not. It's like your subconscious mind. It doesn't know the difference between a penny and $1 million. It takes the instructions you give it and it finds out the best route to get there. It's the GPS was designed after your subconscious mind. It's the same thing. But whatever you feed it, it's going to bring it back to you. So y'all feeding it all this negative stuff, and then you look up wondering why your life is so miserable. Put some good instructions in there. Put a good destination in there. I used to tell people, because I learned this from Og Mandino, is I'm rich already. The money just hasn't caught up with me yet. And then I start reading Think and Grow Rich, write your goals down. And then I'd say affirmations to myself in the mirror every morning. And at first it would sound stupid. It would feel stupid and cringy. We were living in a project, starting this stuff. I told this story before, but I got a lot of new viewers. And we didn't have a whole lot of money. I just stopped drinking in 1998. So this is like 2001. A guy puts me on to Think and Grow Rich. So I'm buying these books online. Now, we don't have a whole lot of money. I'm working, work today, pay today. I'm trying to get my feet underneath me. And UPS would pull up and, man, my wife would pitch a bitch. We don't have no money. Them damn books don't work anyway, which I had to agree with her. You're right. They don't work if I don't apply the principles inside the books. Well, within a matter, I would say 2001, we bought a house in 2004. But as our life started getting better and then those UPS trucks would show up, my wife would run out there and get the books for me. That's a true story. Honey, here's your books. It all changed overnight like that. Okay? I know what I'm talking about, guys, with this stuff. It's not something, I'm not lucky, and I'm not the only one that it happened to. We ended up, by the way, buying a house in the neighborhood that my wife dreamed of as a little girl to live in. They ride past it on the school bus. And she's like, oh, I love it one day live there, not ever thinking in her wildest dreams that she would ever live there. The same exact neighborhood, by the way. Mr. J, they said, amen to that. I don't like people that need to look down on other people to feel good about themselves. It's a waste of good time, as far as I'm concerned. Moses Mitch says, I'm thankful someone led me to many of those same books. I'm consumed with, I didn't have nothing to lose, Mitch, from trying, and I had everything to gain and successful. I'm so thankful, okay, that somebody pointed me in the direction, and I was open-minded enough, because I was in that situation where I was like, well, hell, I ain't got nothing to lose from trying this stuff. Because I used to be skeptical of that stuff. Oh, it don't work. Yeah, it won't work if you don't practice the principles. Many of people watching this right now are never going to go the extra mile. You're only going to do exactly what you're paid to do or what your job description says. Napoleon Hill says you have no right to go in there and to demand a raise. Just because you're working on a job for 10 years, that doesn't warrant a raise. If all you're doing every day is what is in your job description, he said the only people who have the nerve to go in there and demand a raise are people who are doing more, okay, than what they're paid to do or expected to do. Now you can say, hey, give me a raise because I'm doing more, but you're not going to do it. We're not raised like that over there. You're going to do exactly, why do you think the damn time clock is so crowded at 5 o'clock when it's time to get off? Okay, come early and stay late and see what happens to your life. But he said raises are earned, not given. We're entitled now. I'm a part of the union. The union writes it in the contract, not realizing they're really screwing people up. Now you got to do is show up, and that's all that's in that contract. You do this job, and it's the only thing you do. Are you going to go against the union contract? Okay. He said the subconscious mind doesn't recognize a negative, so make sure the goals set are in a positive manner. Absolutely. Doesn't know the difference between a penny and $1 million. But you don't believe in the subconscious mind. Well, who regulates your breathing while you sleep in the damn bed? You're unconscious. This part of your mind is sleep. Okay? How many times have you been drunk in a blackout and you still drove home? That's your subconscious mind. Okay, when you eat something, your subconscious mind goes to work and breaks down the food and sends the nutrients to where it's supposed to go. Puts it in the bloodstream and everything like that. Guys, it's real, whether you believe it or not. Okay? I'm so glad I learned about it. It's so interesting. Okay, that's why I would stay up all night reading that stuff until it became a part of my life. It became a part of me. He said, my welcome to the Philippines was 6 hours in Manila, flying to Butuan the next day, taking a bus to a provincial village, then climbing 1 kilometer up a mountain during a typhoon for 3 hours. Wow. Yeah, you're exactly right. But Carla Will says most people don't change until they reach rock bottom, especially if they are living comfortably. Comfort is the enemy of progress. It is. It is. And like I just said, I was in a position where I really had nothing to lose. I was in a humble position. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have been receptive to what they were trying to teach me. But when you have nothing to lose from trying and everything to gain and successful, by all means try, live by that. Procrastination is another one of our dream killers, man. We keep putting it off and off and off. This is the one thing that I have with Maryland and any woman I've dealt with over here. They procrastinate. They're the world's greatest procrastinators. Lucky right now out there. I finally put my foot down. He's got some type of, when dogs are scratching the skin off of him. I feel so bad for him. Like last week, I said, hey, take him to the vet. Get him something for that scratch. Here it is Sunday. He's worse off than he was last week. So I said, look, you need to take that dog to the vet tomorrow. We're going to get rid of him. And I mean it. But they procrastinate, man. Everything. Okay? If I would have gave her the money to build this house, she wouldn't have built it. If I would have been in America and I would have just gave her the $1 million pesos, it would have never got built. She'd have found some reason not to do it. World Traveler said, man was riding in that little trike, rode from Angeles to SM Mall. Wow. Yeah. It's going to happen, man. Everywhere you go, if y'all didn't realize, in the Philippines, they have their own tricycles, their own style. I like them in Dumaguete because they're big. Here, they're medium sized, really. But in Manila, they're small. It's like you're getting into a little egg or something. I mean, it's really little. And I'm not a big guy. He said, riding the trike bike after midnight. Yeah, driving, yeah. He said, don't get bent if someone honks at you. It's okay. You'll be okay. He said, I asked where the ATM was located. He said, I asked where ATM was at the airport. The hot girl airport employee walked me halfway across the airport to ATM, then flirted with me. I was sold. Well, they do that on purpose. They do that. If you ask somebody, if you go to the store and you ask an employee, you say, hey, where's the salt? They won't point you. They'll take you over there because, it just gives them a chance to get up and walk around and get their blood, flowing again. Because, they're on their knees, they're stocking. Yeah, they never do that. And it's like, it takes time, I've worked those jobs, man. That's why I know. I'm a clock watcher. That's why I can't work those type of jobs. Because I'll watch the clock. Yeah, he said, I knew someone who complained that the tricycles were getting smaller. His wife told him no, that he was getting fatter. Everywhere you go, the tricycles are different. If you go to Pagadian in down in Mindanao, they rock back and forth like this, scare you to death. He said, Harvey Garner said, who owns the property if your Filipina dies? Which, if she don't have a will, it's probably just going to go to her children, But I don't worry about stuff like that. Okay, I've already got my money back. I mean, it's not like the government's going to take it. It's going to stay in the family. My daughter's always going to have a place to stay, and if she don't, if I'm not dead, I'll build another one. But see, I don't come over here with that sort of thinking. I didn't build a 222 million peso home. Did y'all see that house on YouTube? If you haven't, go and watch it. This guy's got a magnificent house. He paid $4 million for it over here. It's right on the beach. He's an American. Now he's going to try to sell it. And I'm like, who's going to buy that? Now I would be worried, Harvey, where that house is going to go to when I die or when she dies. But $17,000, I'm not worried about that. There's a reason why that's what I spent. Okay? So I wouldn't lose any sleep like that. I'm in the fourth quarter. I don't want those type of worries, guys. If y'all going to bring those type of worries with you, guess what? You may as well stay over there. You got to get rid of that stuff. I become a minimalist. I don't have a car. I don't have any of that stuff over here. If I can't pay for it cash, I'm not going to buy it. That's all I'm saying, guys. I mean, I got to, put my foot down and say, hey, either I'm going to be my worst enemy or I'm going to be my best friend, whichever one. There's no in between. But I'm not worried about that. Well, what difference does it make? I don't know. Okay, here's Maryland right here. Maryland, if something happened to you, what happens to this property? Who gets it? Who? No, I'm saying not me. I'm saying the kids, right? Okay. Now, Marilyn knows she works that was her job before we got together. Okay. So she's not just saying that to say it. She knows. She's got a whole stack of deeds and stuff under here that she should do for people on her job. It's going to go to the kids. But remember, Harvey, I just told you, I'm not going to worry about that. Now, if I'm this guy that Mitch is talking about, go on to YouTube and see this house. You're not going to see a better house probably in all the Philippines. Because this is somewhere in Dumaguete. So he got every bit of his money's worth. He's got there's nothing that this house doesn't have. This guy is a phenomenal. He has a phenomenal house, man. That's all I can tell you. I mean, when you walk, okay, to get to his front door, You're walking above his pool. He lives on just like a humongous lot, probably hectares. Okay, go over. That's your assignment. It's just put in there. American builds a 220 million peso house. It's the most fantastic thing I've ever seen. He said, RLVRV says also beware of roaches. Yes, Manila Airport. Well, I'm gonna tell you, I had a welcome to the Philippines moment in Siquijor Island when that big white gecko was in there. This thing was white, right? Yeah. It was white. I've never seen a white gecko. This thing scared me to death. I was getting ready to say, nah, that's okay. I don't want it. But I said, no, I'm not going to let that thing. Because he convinced me, because he went like that and went out. He eventually killed it. Because Merlin left the bedroom open and the damn thing crawled in the bedroom. He said, my welcome moment, when I got behind the wheel and seen how the people drive in the Philippines, I never drive with her. I won't even ride with Merlin anymore. I told her the other day. She like to give me a heart attack, and then, I don't want to argue about stuff like that. I don't want to be a backseat driver because I don't want anybody to be a backseat driver for me. But we're riding and she's flying. She had already went through one little, these intersections are so screwed up when you get over here. That's one thing. There's no stop signs, there's no yield signs, there's nothing. So it's already scary already. And I see a bus coming from the right side. She claimed she saw it. The way she's driving, I'm like, look, you ain't seen it. I said, Marilyn, what are you doing? Don't scare me like that. And I'm like, well, that's it. Because I've already told myself, so every day I'm not riding with her anymore. Okay? Because you have no control. I think that's what it is. So I don't ride with her anymore. I only ride in the tricycles here. The buses even scare me now. Good luck is really what it is. You might as well carry a damn rabbit's foot with you. He said, I can't see spending that much money. I'd rather travel than be stuck at a palatial place. I don't know what I didn't really, I just kept skipping through. I just wanted to see the house. I really wasn't listening because Mark, Every Man Has a Story, interviewed him too. I didn't see the house on his channel. Maybe I'll go back and watch it to find out what this guy does for a living. He's exceptionally rich. If you're going to spend $4 million on a house in the Philippines, now you're worried, hey, what's going to happen if I die, if my wife dies? Who's going to get this? Okay, because I'm going to tell you the honest truth. If it went to my wife's family, if it went to Maryland's family, they'd sell the damn thing for $1 million pesos probably. They have no, they really have no, what's the word I'm searching for, guys? They can't wrap their minds around 220 million, but they can wrap their minds around 5 million. Somebody could offer them 5 million and they would take it. So yeah, I would be worried about it, but not for $1 million pesos. Really all together with the guest house and the fence and all of that, I'm out of about $35,000, dollars. Let's just say 40,000. Okay. I'm not gonna lose any sleep over that. I promise you, man. He said, did he hire a few security guards to help protect it now that everybody knows his house is there and what it looks like? I'm pretty sure he does. I mean, this guy's rich. He must be fabulously rich to build that house that he built. I can't describe it. You got to go see it inside and out. You never seen $4 million over in the Philippines. A $4 million house in America, in Louisville, Kentucky, is going to be a palace. But we're talking about in Dumageddon. This guy spent $4 million. It's unbelievable. You wouldn't believe it till you see it. If you can imagine it, it's got it. This thing is huge, man. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's got security. I mean, it's an unbelievable house. Yeah, 220 million. I showed it to you. He said, I think that house owns him. He said, F being tied down to one spot, that goes against every reason why us Westerners left the Matrix. Unless you can walk away from it, don't deal with it. Yeah, but now he's trying to sell it because they're going back to America. But, maybe his friends, he got friends, because what are you? What do you become? The 5 books, the last 5 books you read, and the 5 books and the 5 people you hang around. If you hang around with 4 broke people, you're gonna become the 5th broke one. So he's probably running in circles where people got that kind of money. Because I don't know if anybody can spend that kind of money. I don't know who would do that. But he says he wants his daughters to live a regular life over in America or something. I know he said that. He said, yeah, in the video, the guy says he had the hard security because he had lots of people coming to knock on his door asking for donations. Yeah, because when you see a house like that over here, you don't see it over here, man. It's crazy. Yeah, 4 million. Yeah. He says he's an engineer and his wife was an OFW. But hell, what kind of engineer was he? But they certainly, some of them do, but I'm going to tell you something. This is the problem we make when we come over here. Okay, I'll help you with a business. Go to school and get a business degree. Okay, do you have a business plan? Because I tried, so many times to do that. It sounds like a good idea, but it never works. Because one thing when you write a business plan, they always ask you, well, what's going to happen? They'll ask for a plan B with a business plan. They'll say, well, what's your plan B when your original business isn't bringing in the money? Do you got some other way that you're going to bring in the money to pay that loan? They're going to ask you for that. Here they don't have it. If things get slow, they just slow. A lot of times they'll pack it in and quit. But there's a reason why the bank wants that business plan. What are your competitors doing? How much money are they doing? What are they doing when times get slow? You got to know all of that for a business plan. The demographics, who's going to be your customers? How much money are they earning? How much are they buying of these, he said, that's not a house, that's an estate. It was a badass place with 24/7 on premium security. It's for sale, but I think it's not going to sell at 4 million, maybe 1.5 million due to it's there. Yeah. You're absolutely right. I mean, I'm just saying he spent 220 million. Don't you know you could live for the rest of your life off of that kind of money over here? For a fact. You could have took, okay, most of the people over, foreigners that I know, okay, I'm going to speak for me. They spend about, the most I've seen is 5 million, which would be like 85,000 for a house. And it's a big house. And yeah, you're talking about 220 million. And that's like 5 million. I can't even wrap my mind around it. He says when someone has a big enough family, lots of relatives, there's always at least one black sheep in the family. I'd be worried about somebody trying to make me disappear so they can get the house. Yeah, remember, be worth more alive than dead. See, he's behind the 8 ball. Yeah, I couldn't sleep good at night in that either. Yeah, he wants to go home. That's what he said. Yeah, he said he must have engineered a money printing. Yeah. He said, I paid $6,000 for my house in Bukitna, meaning the mountains. I'm renting it out now and it has gone up in value. since 2018 is 20,000. Location matters. It does. But here's another thing that I tell people about the Philippines. Real estate always goes up, it never goes down. I don't know about his case, but I know that land that he's got, because that's a humongous lot he's got. Then he paid for the driveway so he could have you know, the thoroughfare, I guess that would be called. What is that called? So he could have access to his house. He said he spent more for that than he did for the entire lot that the house is built on. But okay, I said I spent 35, 40 altogether. I guarantee you this is worth probably 50% more since then. And I've done renovations and stuff to it. I could easily get 50 for this with no problem. Somebody would buy this for 50 because that guest house over there, that's wealth over there. That's generating money. Once I put the hot water in there, I may even rent it out for $15,000 a month, all utilities included. I'm just saying. But the land never goes down here. He said it will sell eventually. Yeah, he's right about this. A lot of Chinese are flocking to invest their money since China's economy is in flux. It will sell. Yeah, you see, we forget about the other expats. All we're thinking about is the Western expats. We don't think anything about the Koreans, the Japanese, the Chinese. They got the big money, man, and they're spending big money over here. Who you think's buying up all them condominiums in Moncton? Okay, down in Solanaire, I was renting an Airbnb, and the guy who owned our unit, he was an American. He follows this channel. He said, Calvin, he said, there's a Chinese woman that owns 9 condominiums in this building. And I was like, wow. 9? Yeah, right away is what I meant to say. I'm sorry. Thank y'all. Yeah, she bought 9 units. Okay. That's who's banned over here. Because they say that the condominiums and everything over in China is so small. They said over here it's a big deal. You're getting, your money's worth. And then, it's a tax write-off for a lot of people. Some wealthy people over here in Southeast Asia. Hey, confidential voice speaks. Thanks for that super chat. He says, guys that spend money like that is screwing up the market for simple guys like us. It's crazy, man. You got to see that house to believe it. I've never seen anything like it. What's up, 53 Shades Dark? He said, what's up, my peeps? I'm going to catch this on replay to see what I missed. Yeah, now he'll tell you, he bought a condominium over here. 1 or 2, he'll tell you who's buying them up over there, the Chinese. But that's what the guy told me. He said, yes, you own 9. Because I don't understand, okay, when I stayed there with a friend, he was renting a 2-bedroom condominium in Moncton, Newtown. 70 square meters. They wanted 18 million for it. I couldn't see it. I mean, it was nice, but 18 million? I needed somebody to kind of break that down for me and tell me why this was worth 18 million. I guess because they can get 18 million for it. I couldn't see the value in it. He says, I just had a quick look at that house on here. He had 250 staff finish it off. Wow. He says, I saw apartments in BGC advertised for about 140 million pesos. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's ridiculous. Isn't that crazy? Yeah, he said, okay, you bought 1 or 2? Just 1? 14 million, 59 square meters. My house is like 56 or 58 square meters. But it wasn't no 14 million. Oh, yeah, 1. But yeah, thank y'all so much. You know, it's Sunday. We go to the store on Sunday, guys. I want to thank y'all for your super chats, your super stickers, all your thumbs up, all your support for Sunshine Shoulders. Let's keep the positive energy, guys. We can always point to the negative. But remember, when you got a negative thought, you attracting negative to you, okay? You become a negative magnet. Always try to look at the positive in something, man. I promise you. The universe doesn't know the difference, doesn't know your motives. Your subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between $1,000,000 and a penny. Okay, but learn as much as you can about this universal law because it's real. And it's going to work whether you believe it or not. It's worked for me, guys, and it'll work for you. So take care, everybody. Stay safe, stay out of trouble. And I'll see y'all next time. And don't do anything stupid. What?